Alright guys, so in this video I'm going to solve one bug which is obvious because if you play our game you will notice that yes, if you right now if you click play, our person is scanning the sky. You can use WASD to move forward, backward, left and right. Of course you can hold in shift and the speed will just be faster. Okay, that's because if you look here, the current speed right now is 5. Okay, so if you are holding shift, okay, and you just got 10, and of course you can make it some like crazy of 50, something like that. And yeah, so right now it's 5. You're holding shift, it just become crazy fast. Okay, but there's still one thing that we haven't solved. That this guy is the flying sky. Okay, and even though we switch on the gravity, it's still not falling down. So basically it's kinematic. We're going to use code to control it, and that's this video. So we're going to write some code to actually control it. Okay, so yeah, let's see. So what I'm going to do is to write more. I think the wrong speed. I'm going to increase that to say 20. Okay, like a sprint, really sprinted. Okay, so yeah, we got all sort of a thing to not show that. Okay, and okay, so previously we got this move direction, we get character controller, we can get hold of it, and then let's write some more code. Okay, so I can get a serialized field, and let's write something like the private boolean, so I can access where. Ooh, he knows. Oh my gosh, the copilot is like a real person. He knows that I want to make a decision of whether his jump is actually on the floor or not. And jump height. Sorry, that's not what I want. I want to I want to get the distance of that. So I'm going to hold in the command. Right, so just to partially accept the suggestion. Okay, float, and I'm going to say this will be like the ground distance to ground. Okay, so this distance to ground. That's brilliant. He knows what kind of thing I want. Right now I'm not sure about the number, so I'm not going to just randomly accept the suggestion. Okay, and oh my gosh, he understands that. He just add a layer mask in the ground layer. That's pretty good. Okay, so yeah, if you don't know what I'm doing, it doesn't really matter. Okay, you just need to follow along, and I will explain that later. Okay, and of course, the gravity is controlled by your code. You're going to write the code for gravity. So I'm going to private, and I'm going to use a vector 3. So basically I can use velocity as kind of a placeholder for gravity, and I can adjust that later on. If you use the physics engine, you'll get this minus 9 points, 9.89, something like that, gravity. Sorry, it's been a long time since I graduated from high school, so I don't remember all that. What was the number of gravity? Let's check that out. The G gravity, and that's about 9.79. Sorry about that. Okay, 9.79. Okay, and or if you use the Unity engine, it will give you an approximate simulation of it. But we can do that manually. Okay, we can do that using our code. So once everything is ready, you can start write the functional code. Oh, sorry, I haven't added gravity yet, so I can add another serialized field for gravity. So serialized field, gravity. Okay, so we can actually write down. Yeah, 9.81. All right, let's just save it for another time, because yeah, you know, in game the gravity not necessarily equals to that. Okay, you can do whatever you want. Right, so yeah, I think I'm going to bring out my pen. and actually explain this because what the heck is all there? All this variable here. Okay, so let's draw this thing. Okay, so I'm going to get a brush. I think you've got a screen brush. Okay, so let's do it. So basically, if you let's click this one. Okay, so basically, this is the ground, this is the floor. Okay, and the in the engine, if you want to make the call of whether it's touching the ground, this guy is touching the ground or not, is by getting to the lowest point here, and you're going to say a sphere, like this is like a 3D sphere. Okay, so I'm going to add a 3D effect, something like that. Okay, so we got the sphere. I know there's a really bad drawing, but you're going to decide whether this sphere is touching the ground, and the ground will have a different layer. Okay, so we got layer default. You can change that, so you can specifically say the plane is on a specific ground layer, and if you're touching the ground layer, you're not jumping. It's grounded, and if it's grounded, you can actually jump. Okay, so once you jump in the sky, and then you can't jump again. So if you can jump multiple times, it will be like you're flying. Okay, and you have to wait for the gravity to pull you down. So once again, you're touching the ground, and then you can jump again. So basically, that's all this about. Okay, so yeah, let's continue the code, and you can open this third-person controller, and you can you got gravity, you got this. Yeah, I think I can. Before you actually moving our character, you can say whether this person is grounded, and there will be a physics checks. Okay, you use check sphere. So basically using sphere to check that. Okay, that's accept the one by one. So physics check sphere. Now we got transform to that position. So basically, this code will just get that the game object's position. Whatever this code tests to that game object, you will get that position. And we got distance to the ground. Yes, good. So we're calculating distance to the ground, and of course the ground we have a different layer than the player. Okay, so we are checking this ground layer as well. So once you check whether this person is grounded or not, you're going to place all this code. Okay, so here's this is obvious. So if you want the person to walk, to run, to idle, you have to be grounded. Okay, so if, and I'm going to say is grounded, and then yeah, this code is good. So going to apply this. Yeah, this is good, but not what I'm going to do here. Okay, so if it's grounded, I'm going to say you can move, and let's just get all that inside, because only when it's grounded, and we'll be able to make it move. Okay, and then I think of course we are going to manually set gravity here. So I'm going to say the we already got this controller to move to a certain direction. Okay, and I'm going to apply the gravity here by using a velocity. Okay, so I'm going to say the velocity, and this is just a variable that we declare earlier. Okay, and velocity y. Okay, so it's just y-axis of velocity. We'll get it's just add gravity and equal that. So reassign that. Let me look at compiler's code. Add gravity and multiply time delta. Yeah, so it's to be a time frame irrelevant. Okay, that's pretty good. And then we can say carry controller to move to that velocity. That's pretty good. Move to velocity times time delta. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think that will apply the gravity. Let's quickly test this. I'm not sure it will work. So let's test it as we. Yeah, we haven't set it to a different layer yet, so probably won't be able to work. Okay, so yeah, obviously it's not working. It doesn't really matter. We can continue to write code. And at the hindsight, I think Copilot previously just automatically generate a statement of whether the velocity, if the velocity's y-axis is -0, you're going to apply a very small velocity of y to make it fully grounded, and I think we can use that as well. Okay, so let me write it here. So yeah, that's exactly the code here. So basically, we're going to make it whether it's grounded or not. If it's grounded and the velocity y is -0, we're going to apply a number here. Okay, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Let's apply that in the code in the editor here, and yeah, let's actually do that. I'm not sure it will work. Let's just say it's grounded or not. Okay, so this can be yeah, this is not for us to distance to the ground. We can say it's just the first radius. Okay, so 0.5. Yeah, and the ground layer. Yeah, that's the thing that we're going to add. So the plane will be our ground layer, and we haven't got the ground layer yet. So we're going to say ground. Okay, ground. Do I spell that correctly? I'm not sure. But hey, I'm not a native speaker, so yeah. Layer, and we can click ground. So this will make his call by say, hey, am I touching the ground layer or not? And the gravity, you can do that manually. I'm gonna say a really ridiculous gravity, say 20. Okay, just to make it quick. All right. So let's test this out. Okay. So if I hit run, and let's increase the speed. Right now it's 10. I think I need to just reset this. I think it should be 20. Okay. And still is floating above the ground. Oh, that's it's already falling down. Okay, it's already falling down. Okay, so if you see here, it's already falling down. It seems it's floating. That's because if you hit here, okay, that's because this demo's mesh is floating. Okay, so if you double click, this mesh is floating, so you can yeah, just move it down a bit. Okay, so let's just do it a little bit sideways, something like that. Yeah, so let's move it down and look at here. That's perfect. Okay, so if you click, and it will just automatically fall down to the ground. That's perfect. And you can move forward, backwards, holding shift. You're going forward, backward like crazy. You got 20 speed. Okay, and not holding that. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, that's pretty good. And okay, I'm pretty satisfied with this. Okay, so yeah, we achieved this gravity and solved the bug of a floating. Okay, so I think that's pretty much great achievement for this video, and I will see you next video. Bye.